Hey, what's up everybody? Back with another day of showing you how I am building my macros for the day, how I'm gonna build my food plan to make sure that I hit my proteins, my carbs, and my fat macros, and my overall calorie count too, so I can make sure to hit my fitness goals. Yippee! Do me a favor as usual, if you find this video to be helpful, please hit the like button, maybe even the subscribe button while you are already here. I do these videos every single day, hopefully helping you figure out how to put together your own food plans by macro counting. So if you've been watching my videos the last couple of days, there's one thing that has been a theme through each day, and that is I am sick of food. I'm tired of food, my body's tired of food. I can tell my body is tired of food. I can just feel like it's saying, please stop eating so much. Which, for a lot of you that are watching this video, that might sound like I'm being a braggart. You know, if you are restricting your calories right now because you're trying to lose weight, you might be giving me the finger or the big old F you for complaining about eating too much food. But, you know, each side of the calorie thing has its own sort of unique challenges, right? When you're under calorie, when you're trying to cut, you feel like you're not eating enough. But if you're trying to bulk up, there's times when you're just like, I'm just so sick of food. And so that's been my theme recently. So I'm very aware that I'm probably getting ready to go into a cutting phase. Right now, it's still full steam ahead with just plowing in as much food as I can, well, within my guidelines anyways. So doing some things different today. Today I started off, I've already eaten this morning. I started off with 2 sandwiches with Ezekiel toast and eggs. The reason I did 2 sandwiches this morning is, you know, every day I'm trying to hit 500 grams of carbs a day, like 508. I think is my total, which is a hell of a lot of carbs. So I thought by doing 2 sandwiches this morning and getting those 2 extra slices of Ezekiel toast, that would help get me started off towards, you know, not being, getting closer to my carb goal instead of waiting till the end of the day and being like, oh man, I've still got a bunch of carbs that I've got to eat. I've built my plan for the day and I still ended up with, like, at the end going like, crap, how am I going to get these carbs in at the end of the day? You know, thank goodness for Pop-Tarts, and you'll see how I work those in here in a second. But otherwise, the 2 breakfast sandwiches, which I have not done in the past, I'm doing some legitimate Reubens. I've done them before with ground turkey. I actually picked up some corned beef, so I'm actually doing some legitimate Reubens with Ezekiel bread, low-fat low-fat mozzarella cheese, the corned beef, which actually turns out pretty good on the macronutrient side, and then of course some sauerkraut on that. So I'm excited for that today. So doing some pretty standard stuff, but some new stuff too. I'll stop blabbing now. Let's take a look at how I've built and pieced together today's food plan. Okie doke, let's get started on this today's plan and how I've built it. As usual, let's start at the top and let's talk about the overall calories. My total calorie target is right around 3,700 calories a day. My goal is to be slightly over that. I want to be more than 1 over, but less than 50 if I can help it. You can see here I am 9 calories over, so that fits right into where I want it to be, as well as the actual macronutrients at the top. I want to be over on my protein, over on my carbs, but if I can help it, a little bit under on my fat. And that's exactly what's happened here. So this looks good now that it's built. Let's take a look at how I actually did this. Now, of course, I do the same thing every single day whenever I start this. I put my pre-workout meal and my post-workout meal in first because those are almost the exact same every single day. Let's scroll down here. My pre-workout is 1 scoop of whey protein. This is an isolate protein. And then 1/3 of a cup of raisins. I want to get about 30 to 40 grams of protein here and about 40 grams of carbs. And you can see I've got just about that exactly. For my post-workout, my targets here are somewhere between like 40 and 50 grams of protein. And then I typically shoot 90 to 100 grams of carbs. I went over on my carbs here by about 50. But that's fine. My overall numbers still look good. You can see I've got the scoop of whey protein. And then I'm going to do something kind of different with that protein. I'm actually going to mix the protein in with my milk and have cereal for my post-workout. So it might be disgusting, and that's fine. I've done this before with water and put whey protein mix into water with cereal. I still ate it. It was disgusting. So milk can't be any worse. So I'm going to do just a little bit of cereal for my post-workout, but I'm going to mix in the actual whey protein into the cereal. So it's going to be like chocolate milk, I hope. And then I'm going to do a half a cup of raisins also in that cereal because it's Raisin Nut brand cereal, and frankly, more raisins is just fine with me. So my pre and my post-workout, I do those first every single day. I recommend that you do the same because it helps me get started. It's basically I don't have to think about it. I know what my targets are. I know they're going to be part of my day. It's an easy way to take your first step forward every single day. So then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start working with my meals, starting with the beginning of the day. As I mentioned before, I did egg sandwiches, breakfast sandwiches this morning. I did 2 of them, so I did 2 sandwiches, Ezekiel toast. That's 4 slices. I've got Walmart egg there, which for some reason the Walmart eggs have slightly more fat in them than like Eggland's Best, which I don't know why that is, but it is. But 2 of those. I've got half of a cup of liquid egg whites and then some cheese on top. And then of course I threw some Frank's red hot sauce on it because it's got 0 calories, which is nice. So I had breakfast sandwiches this morning, and frankly those 2 sandwiches were nice and hearty. Wasn't a lot to them, but they filled me up for sure. Let's go to lunch. Lunch is going to be another one of these kind of Southwest bowls where I just take everything and throw it together in one bowl because I'm lazy, but it still tastes good. So I'm going to take a bag of rice. I'm going to take some ground turkey. I'm going to take the Greek yogurt, the non-fat, plain. I'm going to take the guacamole and a half a can of black beans. And I'm going to toss them all into a bowl, mix it up, warm it up. I'm going to throw some Frank's red hot sauce on that again, some onion powder, garlic powder. I'm just going to mix it up into one big, it's basically a slop bowl. But I like it, and I'm going to eat that. That's my entire lunch, and that's going to be a big bowl, I can tell you right now. That's a lot of stuff to go in it. So that's lunch. Let's go to dinner. Oh, here's my Reubens. You can see my corned beef. Turns out corned beef, the meat, is pretty good on overall calorie counts and macro counts. You can see there, 12 grams of protein, only 1 gram of fat, and 2 grams of carbs. So really nice protein there. The 2 pieces of Ezekiel bread that will be toasted. The sauerkraut, which is of course a must on that as well. And you know what I just realized? There's no cheese. How am I gonna have, let me add some cheese on there. The low-fat cheese, the mozzarella. I'm not gonna have too much. Let's do, how about, let's say 20 grams of cheese. Boy, I hope that keeps my numbers in line. To dinner. So at the top you can see that changed me to 66 calories over. It's a little bit more than 50, but I'm not going to complain about it because I'll get my cheese. It's all good there. Let's see here. Where was I at? Okay, so my bread, my meat, my sauerkraut, and my cheese. Now the normal Reubens, real Reubens, have a sauce on them. I think it's like a Russian sauce. I'm not going to do that because that would blow out my calorie count for the day. And frankly, this will be delicious enough that I don't need it. So, and a sweet potato on the side. So very easy there. And that's it for the main meals. Now that left me with about 700 calories that I needed to figure out how to eat during the day. I was short on calories, and that's whenever I do my snacks. So a few things I did here. I thought, you know what? I've got turkey pepperoni sitting around here. I like eating that, just like slices of it. So I've got 20 slices of turkey pepperoni that I'll just snack on throughout the day. A Quest bar, 1 bar, protein bar, whatever you want to call it. I've got one of those on there, so nice little sweet. And then I've got 2 Pop-Tarts, which I'll tell you what, these Pop-Tarts turns out are pretty good if you need a bunch of carbs. You can see 2 Pop-Tarts is 70 carbs and only 9 grams of fat. So really nice carb boost there whenever I'm trying to hit 500 carbs a day. I need stuff like that. So Pop-Tarts might get a bad rap as a sweet or being not healthy, but they still fit into my plan. If they fit into yours, I certainly recommend them. And that's it. So that's how I built today's plan. My numbers still look good. Again, just a little bit too high on my overall calories, but there's nothing in here that I think needs to be pulled back. I'm just doing a quick kind of look over. Well, you know what I'm going to do here. See this fruit bar? I'm eyeballing this fruit bar. 0 grams of protein, 15 grams of carbs, 0 grams of fat. If I remove that, it's going to remove 15 from the 21 at the top, But what's it gonna do to my overall calorie count? I think these are only like 60 calories. Let's see. Sure enough. So this actually is much better. I removed the fruit bar. I'm 6 calories over. My numbers at the top still all look good. And sometimes that's just how this works out. You'll move pieces around. It's like a puzzle every single day. And you just have to move it around until you find where you want it to be, to what makes sense to you. I like this plan. Do me a favor. Hopefully this helped you. If you need some help, have any questions, let me know how I can help. The app that I use is called My Macros Plus on the iPhone and the iOS App Store. And that's it. I'll see you all tomorrow.